Hello, everyone. I tried to prepare for this, and I still fucked it up. Remember, I told you, like, I'm gonna calm down, and I didn't. Jesus Christ.
You okay now?
No, I'm dying. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Real Film Reviews Podcast. I'm Eric, and this is Corbett.
What's up?
Or I call him Corbet.
It's French.
It's French.
I guess. I don't fucking know if it's French or not. It might be.
And, yes, we are continuing our journey, as I like to call. I'm calling it this, but I think I'm pretty sure other YouTubers and stuff are calling this too. But this is our road to Doomsday. Because, as we all know, Avengers Doomsday comes out at the end of the year in December. So we decided to talk everything Marvel. Not through the whole year, but, just...
Quite a few of them.
Yeah,
quite a few of them.
We still got a little ways to go.
But we're gonna get.
So, tonight, we are talking about one of my personal favorites.
It's a good one.
Definitely a top 5.
It's a very good one, yeah.
Captain America, The Winter Soldier from 2014. This movie was directed, the first time that the Russo brothers, Joe and Anthony, are working for the MCU, and they'll be known names throughout because the next few Avenger movies and Captain America,
they were involved in it big time,
heavily involved. I don't know if you know, but I don't think they created it, but they worked on the show Community. Do you remember that show?
Yes, I do remember the show. Yeah,
yeah, they worked on that show.
That was a good show,
and that's why one of the actors appears in towards the end of the movie. We'll get there.
Right.
Starring Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh man.
Sebastian Stan, Anthony Mackie, Colby Smulders. I think I'm going to start doing that because I find that annoying. But man.
But they're very gorgeous women.
Frank Grillo, Emily Van Camp.
Oh.
Okay. Last one. Callan Mulvey, Toby Jones, Jenny Agutter, Robert Redford, and Samuel motherfucking L. Jackson.
TikTok motherfucker. That's so funny.
There's a Pulp Fiction reference in this movie.
Yes.
We'll get that.
Yes. Speaking of Robert Redford, he's one of my favorite like classic actors and stuff like that. Like just talking to him about it. I don't know if you ever seen
Corbett.
Yeah.
Here we go. How many movies with Robert Redford have you say you've seen?
Okay, I could say possibly a total of maybe 6 or 7 movies. Like, of course, a lot of people know Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid is one of the classic, like, masterpieces in my opinion. Then you got Jeremiah Johnson, which was a badass movie. And then, like I said, there was a movie that he did with Morgan Freeman and Jennifer Lopez. Can't remember the fucking name of the movie, so if you know it, put it in the comments. That would be very helpful. But go ahead.
You know how many movies I've seen?
How many have you seen?
What
the fuck?
This movie right here.
That's the first movie you've seen Robert Redford in.
I've known who he is throughout most of my life. I've heard his name.
Right.
Just never had a chance to see him in his movies.
But but if I have to give you a choice, watch Jeremiah Johnson.
Okay. I'm definitely going to look into that now.
Very good movie.
See, here we go again. Screenplay by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely.
McFeely brothers.
We just reviewed Thor: The Dark World, and their names appear in the screenplay in that movie, but with one more person. But like I said in that one, this is where we're going to see their names, start to see their names a lot.
A lot more.
Especially with the Russos. So, cinematography by Trent Opalach. I don't know. I felt like that I've had his name already. I felt like I've said it.
He might have been
Before.
involved in one of the past MCU movies. I can't remember.
Edited by Jeffrey Ford and Matthew Schmidt, and music by Henry Jackman. Yeah, I remember. Because I used to say like a few things what some of these people have done, but I kind of stopped doing that. But last night I was doing these notes, and I looked at a few of these names. The Trent, Jeffrey, and Henry. They have basically worked with the Russo brothers through most things. I think a couple of these names are also going to be a part of Doomsday. Also, I think there was another person that they were working with too. I can't remember the name. I wish I would have wrote it down. But it's like the Russos and then another one. It was kind of like not back and forth.
Right.
But I saw the Russos and this name several times in most of these guys' credits. So, yeah, they work with the Russos. The movie was released April 4th of 2014, and on a budget of 170 and 177 million, the movie grossed 714.4 million.
Whew.
I thought the movie would have made more, to be honest.
So it still did pretty good though.
Yeah, no, for some reason I was thinking that this was another one of the $1 billion movies.
But you seen this movie in theaters?
Of course.
Yeah, of course you did. I wasn't able to see it in theaters. I wish I could have though, but I was so fucking broke.
I'm just gonna say I like to mention it. First, when was the first time you saw Corbett? Once when it came out to streaming and movie.
No, I saw it. I saw it at a friend of mine's house. He had it on DVD, and we watched it over there, which was probably the next year. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
And I don't know if I mentioned it when we first started our run in the MCU with Iron Man, but there's only one MCU movie that I did not see in theaters. And I'll mention it when we get there. It's a little ways away, and if you know, you know, because of life. Anyway, in the film, Steve Rogers, Natasha Romanoff, and Sam Wilson uncover a conspiracy within the spy agency S.H.I.E.L.D. while facing the Winter Soldier, a mysterious assassin. I think I may talk about it when we get there, but I was going to mention something that I told you before we started recording, but let's wait till we get there.
Okay.
So Marcus and McFeely began writing the sequel around the release of the first Avenger in July of 2011. The script draws from the Winter Soldier story arc in the comics written by Ed Brubaker, as well as conspiracy fiction from the 70s, such as the film 3 Days of the Condor. Oh, that was it. That's the only one. I thought I wrote down more. I thought I had a list. Okay, no, it's further down. I don't know. Okay. I think I may have copied a couple of these, something by accident. I won't read everything.
It happens.
The Winter Soldier explores S.H.I.E.L.D. in a similar way to how the first film explored the U.S. military after Rogers was shown working for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the MCU crossover film The Avengers. The Russo brothers signed on to direct in June 2012, and casting began the following month. They wanted the film to be a political thriller that focused on topical ideas such as drone warfare, targeted killing, and global surveillance. Filming began in April 11, 2013 in Los Angeles, California, before moving to Washington, D.C. and Cleveland, Ohio. Though the directors prioritized practical effects and intense stunt work to differentiate from previous Captain America portrayals, visual effects were created by 6 companies for 2,500 shots, including the climactic helicarrier sequence. This movie, we didn't realize that it was going to happen, because
right.
But this movie changed the MCU forever. I was hearing people mention these little bits before the movie was released, that this movie is going to change the MCU forever, and I didn't know what that meant. And I got a hint of it. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but after the Avengers, that was the only movie that we got that year.
Right.
Of 2012. The next year, before Iron Man was released, I think it was probably after, ABC did a show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
Where it explores S.H.I.E.L.D., focusing on low-level stuff without any of the heroes showing up.
Right.
They had a couple of MCU crossovers, but nothing major. Coulson's alive. They saved Coulson, and you had to figure out throughout, especially the first season, how they brought him back. It was a weird way.
I remember saying that. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
And they had some crossovers, like with Thor. They the Dark World. They sent a cleanup crew to the place where the convergence was happening.
Yep.
Because all the glass broke in the building where everyone was watching. There's Thor. He's waving his hammer. I forgot to mention that in the review.
Yeah.
But that glass broke, in the building. They basically went out there just to do cleanup. And of course, they had a couple of crossovers with Lady Sif. Was the only for the show's budget, was the only person they could afford.
Right.
And of course, they had this movie. And I'll get to it, but this moment also, this moment in the movie was shown as a clip in the show, but it was the turning point for what was going to happen. But yeah, like I said, this movie changed the MCU forever. We'll get to that part, and it did, and I think it did it in a good way, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah, it did.
But so Marcus and McFeely, they wanted to adapt The Winter Soldier, in which they described the tone of Cap's modern franchise, but it took the duo 6 months to convince themselves they could do it. In the meantime, while thinking how to progress from war film tone of the first Avenger to the writers settled on the conspiracy genre for the screenplay and cited, here we go, this is where I had it, 3 Days of the Condor from 1975,
right.
The Parallax View from 1974, and Marathon Man from 1976 as influences. Have you ever seen Marathon Man?
I've never seen Marathon Man.
You ever heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it.
It has Dustin Hoffman in it.
Nice.
I have the movie, but I've only seen it once. This movie was listed back in 2005. I forgot in what number in the list, but this movie was included in the Bravo Channel's 100 Scariest Movie Moments.
Oh, dang.
Where basically Dustin Hoffman gets captured, and this Nazi guy who's a torturer is torturing him and keeps asking him, is it safe? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he basically drills into his tooth.
Ooh.
It's cool.
Ooh.
There are certain scenes in the movie after that happens where Dustin Hoffman, they have close-up of his face. He always has a little black dot. It's made by a marker or something.
Yeah.
Just to show where they drilled into a tooth. But it was a pretty good movie.
Right.
I've only seen it once. I'd have to watch it again. Maybe we could do it as an old movie one day or something.
Yeah, honestly, that would be pretty cool. I could watch it.
It's good. They used it as influences, feeling it better conveyed Captain America's trust issues and contrasting values in the new world he was living in, with Marcus saying, if you put that 1940s man into present-day geopolitics, everything is going to seem like a conspiracy. It's just going to seem dirty and underhanded and shifty, and people won't be telling the truth. 3 Days of the Condor in particular was used as the main source of the script structure, following the ideas that the protagonist is being chased by a threat they, along with the audience, only discover halfway through the film.
Okay.
So, you got anything?
Oh yeah, I think it was kind of cool, kind of a cool thing. But Robert Redford wanted to do the film because his grandkids were really big fans of the Marvel movies, and basically he wanted to do it so they could see him in a Marvel movie. I thought that was really cool.
I think Robert Redford did a great job with this movie.
He really did. He really did. That's why I like Robert Redford. Rest in peace.
Yeah, he passed away recently.
He passed away. Yep. Passed away late last year. Like,
yeah.
But shit, he was like 80-something years old.
And he makes one more MCU appearance, too.
Yeah, one more.
But we'll get there. Yeah, so you ready to get into this?
Let's get into it.
Let's go.
God damn it, let's get into it.
This it's supposed to take place 2 years after the Battle of New York. And he's working for Washington for the agency Shield while adjusting to temporary society. On your left.
That was so funny. You see Anthony Mackie, who is Sam, what was his last name?
Sam Wilson.
Sam Wilson. He's jogging. He's jogging in downtown D.C. And all of a sudden you see
someone run past him
really fast, and you hear, on your left.
It's Steve.
And then a little bit later you see him, Sam running again.
He's running, and then he passes him again. He's on your left. He's like, okay, on your left. And then as he's coming again, he hears,
don't say it.
Don't you say it.
Don't you say it. On your left.
No! But, yeah, I mostly said that because I think I'm on your left.
Yeah, you're on my left. Yeah, so that was perfect.
On your left.
That was perfect. But I thought it was funny. It's like, you did 13 miles in like 30 minutes. God, that was funny as hell.
And he's like, yeah, that was funny. Your reward, I think you should take a lap. Did you take it already? I assume you took it. But so he tells Cap that he works for a what's it called?
A VA.
The VA as
center.
A trauma counselor. And he asked him how weird it was, being woke up, after
being frozen, yeah.
Yeah. And he's talking about, like, the bed just too soft,
It's like singing into a marshmallow, I think he said, something like that.
And Sam was mentioning about how he slept on the ground using a rock as a pillow. And I'm like, oh, man, using a rock as a pillow?
But here's the thing you got to think. Whenever you got to think, being out in the battlefield for days and days and days at a time, you probably already haven't slept in 3 or 4 days. So when you get a chance to lay down in general, don't matter what you lay on, as long as you get to lay down. So
yeah, you put it that way. And he was talking about like everything like is better now, like food's better. We used to boil everything, and he's trying to catch up on things. And he tells him, Marvin Gaye, 1972 Trouble Man soundtrack.
And he wrote it down in a little notebook.
Did you ever pause the list, see what's in it?
No, I never thought to pause it.
I did, because I was curious.
What else did he write?
He has the little notepad and the things that he's trying to catch up on. It's an interesting list. The first thing he says is, I Love Lucy, TV.
Oh, yeah.
Moon Landing. Berlin Wall. And in parentheses, he has up/down. Steve Jobs, Apple.
Oh, damn.
Disco.
Oh, geez.
Thai food. Star Wars. Trek. Nirvana band.
Nirvana, yes.
And Rocky. In parentheses, he got Rocky 2 with a question mark. But there's a little I don't know what you'd call it for this, but someone told them they needed to catch up on Star Wars. Corbett, who's in Star Wars?
Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, James Earl Jones, Ian McClellan, I think that was his name.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who it. Frank Oz.
Think of prequels.
Oh, think of prequels?
Yeah, the prequels.
Oh.
I was trying to see if you'd remember this name.
Am I going first? Am I going second?
Corbett, is there someone in this movie that was a Jedi with a purple lightsaber?
Oh, yeah. Samuel L. Jackson. Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Steve be watching that and be like, is that Nick Fury?
That's true.
Yeah. Maybe they were just talking about the originals. You know,
I think so. I think you're talking about the first one, 1977.
Yeah. It was just a joke because Samuel Jackson's also in Star Wars.
That's hilarious. I never thought.
Yeah.
Shit. Mace Windu.
But yeah, and so Natasha comes a stick peas up.
What the fuck is that?
What was that?
What did that mean? What was that? God. Please put in the comment if any of y'all knew what he was talking about. What the fuck was that?
Natasha comes to pick Steve up.
I really think you had a minor stroke.
I'm going to the Smithsonian to pick up an old fossil. Have you seen one?
Oh, very funny.
You're like, gotta go. Can't run everywhere. He's like, no, you can't. And he looks at Natasha and goes, how you doing? She's like, hey.
Okay, Joey.
But, yeah, so then we cut to Steve with Natasha and the SHIELD counterterrorism team they call Strike, led by Agent Brock Rumlow, played by Frank Grillo. They're going to supposed to free some hostages on the Lumerian Star, a ship, a SHIELD satellite, where all their stuff is. Okay, and it was hijacked by some pirates, led by George Batroc, portrayed by MMA legend George St. Pierre.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
His character, George Batroc, in the comics is called Batroc the Leaper.
Yeah.
Because he is a expert in a French style of mixed martial arts called Savant. I think that's what it's called.
I read about that, yeah.
Yeah, so, and he's dressed kind of ridiculous, but I like how he looks in this.
Yeah, I did too.
It's like a more like uniform kind of, but because his character, the comic character, also has the purplish and yellow color on his suit. I love how his like top shirt at least had the camo, with boots.
The camo, yeah.
He had the color, so I like that they did that. It made him look less ridiculous.
But that's a bad son of a bitch, right? I've seen him fight. That's a bad son of a bitch.
I'm not a UFC fan, but doing some research, like I did find that he's probably in the list of like the best MMA fighter of all time.
Around, yeah.
Like literally,
he's probably he's probably a top 10,
probably a top 3
or top 3.
He's probably number 1. That's what I was getting.
There's some bad son of bitches in this world, like I'm telling you. But I mean, if anything, he might be top 5.
Okay,
like he's really good.
So they're in the ship, and Nat's trying to hook Steve up on a date. He's like, "You got any plans Saturday?" He's like, "Well, all the men in my barbershop quartet are dead, so no." So just trying to hook him up, and he's like, too shy or too scared? He's like, too busy.
And jumps out of the damn plane.
And that guy goes,
did he have a parachute?
No,
he didn't.
And he gets onto the ship, and he's super quiet. And I love this is one of my top 5 favorite scenes of the movie. This
Because
part,
he just gets on the fucking boat.
it whoops everybody's
He's
ass.
just whooping everyone's ass.
I think he takes out one person with stealth, and then everyone else he just beats the shit out of.
Yeah, he
when
just
he
jumps
runs
in there
and
and
kicks them, the dudes like fly off and everything, and he uses the shield as like to ricochet and hit, which it doesn't make any sense on how it works, but it's so awesome looking.
It still works. It's still, yeah.
And I love that shot where it's the wide shot of the boat.
Yes.
And he's running.
He's running down
and
the
he
deck.
knocks that dude
He knocks that dude over the fucking railing. I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
But I think the one you're talking about where he only took out one in like a stealth mode thing is the very first one.
Yeah.
He went up behind him and fucking choked his ass out. Yeah.
But yeah, my favorite part too, where he's beating the shit out of everyone, and he takes a knife from someone, and the guy was reaching to pull the alarm.
He fucking throws
the knife and he stabs it in his hand. But my favorite thing is he ran up, he literally kneed him in the face and pulled the knife out at the same time.
Yep.
So, because if he would have hit him, it probably would have ripped his hand.
Honestly, yeah.
Either off or just cut it like all the way through.
Yep.
Because he's super strong.
Yeah, it would have cut all the way through.
But he hit him and pulled it out at the same time.
Yep.
That was so fucking cool.
But I love how after he gets done whooping the shit out of everybody, then they start floating down.
One guy catches him about to shoot him, and then Brock Rumlow shoots him.
Yeah. That's
and
right.
he's like, thanks. He's like, didn't think you needed help, or however he put it. You seem pretty helpless.
Yeah, you seem pretty helpless.
So, yeah, so they're trying to. I like his new suit, by the way.
I do too.
The blue with just the white on it.
I do too. I enjoyed it.
So, what's going on is
they're trying to save.
They're sneaking in to rescue everyone. And while we see Jasper Sitwell, one of the characters we've seen at least a couple times, like throughout the MCU, and Peter being guarded. They're all being guarded, and Steve and all his crew are surrounding. Natasha gets in, takes out some people pretty awesomely, though. By the way,
yeah, she's badass. And also,
yes,
I'm just saying.
They get him. All right, they take out one guy who was turning around, and when he turned around, they shock him in the forehead, and they catch him before he hits the ground.
Hit him right in the forehead.
Like Jesus.
And he's just kind of holding on to him and waiting until he gets quiet. And then
yeah. So, and he counts down 3, 2, 1. He takes him out, and Jasper Sitwell's like, "See, S.H.I.E.L.D. don't negotiate with terrorists." And it's around this time too that Steve decides to fight Batroc. And they're fighting, and I love this fight with them.
I did too.
I
did too. It was really cool.
It was the way that George was throwing the kicks.
Yes.
Like nothing about it looked fake.
No, all that was. I think he came up with his own fight choreography and stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken, because naturally he is a mixed martial artist.
Like it just looked so cool. Like him it looked like he wasn't even like what's the word?
Like he was doing it effortlessly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Steve ends up taking him down, punches him in the face, and he catches.
I love how he said basically like you ain't nothing without that shield, and he puts it on his back, and they start fighting again, and he whoops the fuck out of him finally.
Yeah, he spears him through the door, not punches him in the face, but then that's doing something on the computer. It's like, this is awkward. It's like, I thought you were supposed to help them. And she's like, I have another.
She said, it's like, you're supposed to help them. This was part of the mission. He goes, part of your mission, but not mine. I was like, oh shit.
And then Batroc wakes up and throws a grenade, and he escapes. And she's like, sorry, that's my fault. And he's like,
you're damn right it is.
And
he was pissed.
Yeah, so they get it. Everything's cool. They win. Simple mission, I guess, according to them. But
yeah,
at the Triskelion, the Shield's headquarters, Roger confronts Fury, and he's mad that no one tells him anything because everyone's like all secret still, even though he's part of the secret agency. And
I kind of see where he was pissed off because he knew what his mission was, she knew what his mission was, and everything like that. But he didn't know shit about anyone else's mission. It was kind of, I can kind of see why he was mad because you're supposed to be a team, but you're keeping secrets.
Maybe it would have been better if someone would have just went, before everything wraps up, Natasha's got to download some stuff off a computer.
Yeah,
I've been like, okay,
yeah, and then I think it would have been all right. But
then again, unless it's really secret stuff and he asks about it, I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know. Anyway,
so Fury tells him, "Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye," which we find out later
down the line.
Really disappointing. Honestly, we'll get there.
It really is.
But so
if you know what we're talking about, you know.
So they get in the elevator to head down. Steve don't have clearance, but Fury gives it to him. He's telling him the story about his granddad working on the elevator and stuff, and he has a gun and a bag of money because people tried to rob him. But first off, people were nice, He say hi. He's like, "Get to stepping." You show him what's in the bag: a bunch of crumpled up ones and a loaded .22 Magnum.
Yep.
And they're going down. He goes, "Yeah, they're a little bigger than a .22," and they go down, and this is what they're working on. They call Project Insight. It's 3 helicarriers that can stay in the air forever because he said that Tony got up and close and personal with,
and he made his modifications and shit like that. Yeah, so he knows what they do.
Yeah, and Steve don't like it when it's basically programmed to the little cannons can shoot. Kill thousands of bad guys per second, for someone, even someone before they even come out of their cave, talking about the bad guys, and Steve just holding a gun to everyone's head,
But basically what he was saying is no judgment comes to them. It's just execution all of a sudden. Basically it's trying to spread fear. And I see where he was coming with that and everything like that, but I saw where Nick was coming from, trying to eliminate the threat before it even happened. So I get that.
Yeah. Steve said, "This isn't freedom, this is fear."
This isn't freedom, this is fear, yeah.
So he gets mad, he leaves. But they're linked to spy satellites, designed to preemptively eliminate threats. That's what it is. So Steve visits a museum exhibit that's about him, most of it. Found this interesting. They had a woman narrating, but they had a guy narrating. You know who that was?
No.
That was Gary Lieutenant Dan Sinise. I just found it out too.
Really?
Yeah, I found it out yesterday.
Who was the woman?
I don't know.
Okay.
Her name didn't come up in anything. But
Gary Sinise.
I checked a couple things with his movie credits, and yes, he's credited.
He's credited? Oh, wow.
It's Gary Sinise. I love this scene too, where Steve, he's just going in, to check everything, and the little kid sees him like it's Captain America, and he looks at him.
And he's like,
"Yes, sir."
Okay.
And he walks by Bucky's thing. He's just upset he lost his friend, and then he.
Fact about Bucky, during the filming process and stuff like that, he would walk around all day practicing his moves with a plastic knife to make his moves seem more natural.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool.
We'll get to that scene.
That was dedication, though.
That was a cool scene.
That's dedication, though.
Yeah, definitely. And he sees a video of Peggy from the mid 50s, basically talking about Steve rescuing 1,000 men in one of the camps. And he said one of the men turned out to be his husband. We never find out who that is.
No. Or
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah, and where am I? Where am I?
The last place you were at.
Yeah, and it shows Steve. He's talking to someone in a bed, but then it shows a picture, and there's Peggy, and it pans over, and it's Haley Atwell as and very old Peggy Carter. So she's still around, and basically she's telling him, you know.
But she died, I think, because she's laying in bed, she's coughing, she looks like
So what's crazy, you know, they're sitting there basically saying, you know, we mucked it up, we messed up everything. Yeah. You know, I wish everything wouldn't have turned out how it did. You know,
right?
You didn't get to live your life, and she starts to cough and trying to be as nice as he can. This part always gets me. He goes to get her some water. She's coughing with her eyes closed, and then when she opens them, she sees Steve, and you realize that she has Alzheimer's. She didn't remember him, and she's like, "Steve, you're alive." The look on his face.
Yeah, like
Did you see that shit?
It got me.
Cry too. Think about
it got me a little bit. Yeah.
She's like, "You're alive," and he said, "What was he say?" But I can't leave my best girl. Not when she owes me a dance.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, "Oh God."
Oh man.
It's like, oh man.
Fuck.
He gets you all teary and misty eyed.
Yeah, it did. Like for real.
It's alright. It's all good.
And also, so he's trying to decrypt the stuff. Nick Fury is trying to decrypt the stuff that Natasha brought, but it's not working. So he's trying to override it, but it still won't work. And he's confused, so he goes to what basically he wants is that the Project Insight is supposed to be coming on in a couple of days, and something doesn't feel right to him, so because he can't get into the information.
Yep.
So he wants to put it on hold just for now. So he ends up going to Alexander Pierce's office, played by the late Robert Redford. And they show him talking to councilmen, and Jenny Agutter, the lady that we talked about in the first Avengers, who was Andy's stepmom or foster mom in Child's Play 2.
Yep.
And also the other two guys, I think one of them worked on an episode of Star Trek.
Okay.
Like in the 90s, the Jean-Luc Picard ones.
Right.
I don't know much of their work, but the Asian guy was played by Chin Han.
I've seen him on...
He was Lau, the Asian lawyer in The Dark Knight. That he left.
That's right.
Of the money on fire. It's like, so did he just burn him alive?
Yeah, right? What the hell happened to him?
He was also Shang Tsung in the new Mortal Kombat, and he
was
Shang Tsung in the sequel.
That's right.
Yeah, so he was the most notable one.
Wait, hold on. No, I think that's a different person. The console on Rush Hour 1. That wasn't him. That wasn't him.
No. Corbett, are you trying to tell me that you think all Asians look alike?
No, you put words in my fucking mouth. Shut the fuck up.
No,
it looked exactly like him for some reason. I don't know why.
He was in something,
but can't remember.
I can't remember either. Yeah. Also, Pierce, like, he's like, we work 40 floors apart, and it takes a hijacking for you to visit. And
right?
Yeah, he's telling him he wants to close it down. He's like, I don't know if I could do that. He's like, come on, just something don't feel right. He goes, all right, but I want Iron Man to show up at my niece's party. And he's like,
not just a flyby.
He's got to mingle. I like it. I like these like separate like MCU movies. How like just like a hero is referenced.
Yeah,
you know? Like something simple like that. You know.
Yeah.
Tony Stark wouldn't do that.
Kind of like
he wouldn't have done that.
Well, I mean, it wasn't so much of a reference, but it was an appearance like on The Dark World with
Yeah,
For Sevens, yeah.
another hero's mentioned that doesn't show up for like 2 other movies, but we'll get there. We're getting there. Steve shows up and sees Sam at the place.
At the VA center.
Yeah, and everything's going good. You know, he asked him, what did he have? He asked him if he lost. Steve asked if he lost someone, and he talks about his friend Riley.
His friend Riley,
shot out of the sky by an RPG, thinking they're flyers. Thinking like planes.
Yeah.
But he didn't bring up. But we'll get there. Shit. Damn, I skipped the whole part.
Well, it don't matter if you skip a few.
I know. I just see. Yeah. So. Yeah, he asked Steve, like, you can literally do anything you want, like MMA fight. You can do anything you want. What do you want? And Steve's just like, I don't know. Then we cut to Fury riding in his car trying to get a hold of Maria Hill. And they need to meet up. And this is the part where the movie changes.
Oh, yeah.
You got a cop car pull up next to him. They're looking at him. He looks at them. He's like, "What? You want to see the lease?" He just drives off. You're thinking, like, "Oh, what's that? No big deal." Then they hit him and they block him in, and then they hit him and he breaks his arm, and he injects himself with the I guess to numb. So they're after him. They're shooting the window,
and they're using like a freaking battering ram almost.
When they set it up and it drills into the ground to stay still.
Yeah.
But they got him boxed in on each side, like the front and the back. And he's trying to use the jet propulsion to push him out of the way. It's a fancy car, but every time he'd say, I need this and that, the car doesn't work.
It was damaged.
But he had to reboot. And they're shooting the window and that's some tough ass glass.
Well, yeah. Well, they're using that freaking hydraulic compressed battering ram to smash the window, and they hit it like 7 times.
No, it hits it 3. Twice. They're about to do it again.
I thought it was like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, it could be because I felt like
he mentioned the percentage of the glass's strength,
and I felt like it went down like really far. Like because I know the second it probably a third hit, but because it went from like 30 something to 19,
and then
1,
yeah,
because he was trying to get the
that was
Gatling
3 times
to come up. Yeah, okay,
that was 3 times.
So he hits the thing, and the Gatling gun comes up, and Fury shoots all the dudes, and then which was a cool scene. This is a cool chase scene, by the way. And he uses the stuff to get out, the propel or whatever it's called, the project to get out of there, and they're chasing him, shooting at him. Fury keeps asking, like, this, I need this. He's like, this ain't working. But he goes, well, what's not broke? He's like, air conditioner's working perfect. That was probably my favorite joke in the movie.
That was good. That was good.
It's a simple joke, but it's
funny. It was funny.
But, yeah, so and then he ends up getting stuck in traffic, and some of the cops, it also tells him, too, that there's no cops on duty in this area.
Yes.
So all of them are not cops.
They're not cops. They were just
sent to kill him.
To kill him, yeah.
This is where it changed. This, like I said, this is where the MCU changed. Yeah. You realize what's going on. So yeah, everything's going wrong, and then he's trying to get a new route. Like because he's also too, the cop car is next to him. One of the guys is trying to get in and shoot at him, but he's knocking him out of the way, and they get gone. And there's something behind him, and then a big Penske truck, the yellow Penske truck's coming to hit him.
Yep.
And I wrote right in here, I remember when this came out, people were saying that this was a Punisher Easter egg because the Punisher would drive around in trucks like this.
Yeah. But
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
But they like he used these kinds of trucks, like a big box truck to carry his stuff,
right,
when he goes somewhere. So that's just and he wrecked the car what looked like on purpose,
Right.
but it could have been just like wasn't paying attention, but he ended up hitting them to knock them away. But they were saying that it was a Punisher Easter egg, but it wasn't.
Nah, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't see that.
So he's trying to find the route, and as he's going, the music kind of tenses, slows down, and it's fuzzy. But when you focus through the glass, you see a man standing in black with black hair, and he shoots the little thing, and it flies under the car, and it blows up, and it drags right past him. And this is supposed to be the Winter Soldier. He's wearing a mask and glasses, so you can't see who it is. And this is the scene that they used in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when he was looking for, he's like, I need a route, because you see cops chasing him and getting like wrecked and stuff.
Right.
And they use this scene, and when Fury's laying and he turns and he sees like the guy coming towards him, that's where they cut to black, because in the next shot is the Winter Soldier coming, but they only showed him in one shot in the show, but this is where the show changed. And then that's when you find out, too, that one of the characters that are on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a bad guy. So they were supposedly going on at the same time.
Okay.
In the show. So that's why I thought was cool. This episode came out, I think, 2 days before the movie.
Okay.
So, yeah, Nick Fury has something. And when the Winter Soldier gets close and he grabs the door, pulls it off, you realize he has like a metal arm. He rips it, and Nick Fury used a thing to cut a hole in the ground. And while this is going on, Steve goes to his apartment, and he sees a girl, his neighbor, talking on the phone, and then he starts a conversation with her, and she's going to do laundry, and he's like, if you want, I got a private washer, so you don't have to go very far. Plus, it'll be cheap. It'd be cheaper than using the one in the basement. Yeah. And she's like, "What it cost?" He's like, "Cup of coffee." She sounded interested, but she's like, "I'm sorry, I just got to do this or something." And I spent a night in the infectious ward. He's like, "Oh, maybe I'll keep my distance." She's like, "Well, not too far." It's like, "Ooh."
See, she trying to get him.
Trying to get some of that Captain America PP. And she says that his music's playing, that you left it on. He's like, "Oh, thank you." And he looks.
And he's like, "Wait,
instead of going through, he goes around.
He goes through the window, yo.
And he gets in there and sees Fury laying down.
He's all beat to shit.
And he's mad because of the conversation they had earlier. But when he turns on the light, he sees that he was beat up, bloody and stuff. And then he tells him and closes
ears everywhere.
Yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. compromised. The place is bugged. So he's like, so just me. Who else knows about your wife? And it's like, it holds up you and me, which means he's like, who knows what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, just my friends. He's like, is that what we are? And then as Fury just standing there, gets shot twice through the chest. Or in the shoulders, or somewhere.
Well, one part was the chest, yeah.
Yeah, and then the door kicks down, and he's about to go attack the person, but it's his neighbor. She's Agent 13. She works for S.H.I.E.L.D., and she was protecting him. Or keep watch over.
Keeping watch over him, yeah.
But on whose order? And she looks down at Fury and is trying to help him. She's trying to call him. Like, where's the assailant? And he looks across, and Steve's like, I got him. He fucking jumps through the window to the next building.
Yeah.
And I love that shot when he's running through the hall. Like, he's bouncing off the wall.
He's just bouncing and bashing in the shit.
Through the door.
Blowing through the doors and shit.
And it's such an awesome chase scene. And then the Winter Soldier gets down and goes, and he jumps out the window and lands, and he throws the shield, and when it's about to hit him, the Winter Soldier turns around and catches it, and then throws it back at him, and Steve catches it, and it pushes him back some. But when he looks up, he's gone. Like, that was a cool scene.
That was a cool shot, yeah.
So now they are by the way, before Fury told him to not trust anybody. And they're in the hospital with Fury, but they pronounce him dead. It's like, damn, they kill off Nick Fury.
Well, I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what just happened? I was so confused. Like,
Um,
oops.
and Natasha's wondering why he was in his apartment. And he's like, I don't know. They're trying to get a hold. He's like, they need you at the headquarters. He's like, all right, give me a second. He's like, now. And he turns around with that look. He's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
And she's like, you're a terrible liar. And he has that little thing, and he's like, what am I going to do with it? So he hides it in the vending machine behind the bubble gum. Bubble gum.
Yeah, I was like, was it the bubble gum or the Butterfinger? I couldn't remember.
It was the bubble gum because something happens later. So they get back there to the headquarters out when Agent 13, she walks by him. It's like, Captain. And he don't even look at her. He just goes,
neighbor.
Like, oh.
Like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so Pierce is questioning Rogers about Fury. He refuses to answer. Pierce tells Steve that the hijackers were hired by Fury to steal information and money. It's like that don't sound like Fury. Something's going on. And yes, you find out that Pierce was with Fury back in the day. And he's like, someone murdered my friend. I want to know who. I want to know why.
And if anyone gets in my way, we'll regret it.
Anybody. He says that's anybody. He's like, yes, sir. And this is my favorite scene in the movie. He's on the elevator.
Yeah.
Down, and then it stops. And then Brock Rumlow and his crew get in there. And he's asking, sorry about if Fury's messed up. He's like, thanks. And he's in the middle, and then it stops again, and more people get on. Stops 3 times. They get on with the other dude that was with Brock Rumlow.
Yeah.
I love this. Steve's just looking around, and one of the dudes is next to him, sweating. And the fucking badass line when he goes,
if anyone
before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Does anyone want to get out? Yeah.
And Brock pulls out the shocker thing and tries to get him, and he's fighting everyone in there. And they take the handle.
It's like a magnet.
Yeah, strong ass magnet.
It's a strong magnet. Yep.
Tries to get him onto the thing, but he gets down, he elbows the dude, and then like uppercuts him, kind of like that, and throwing him in there. And while they're looking at the security, like, what the hell, let's get him. And he's like, he eventually catches Brock. He beats everyone. He gets stuck to the wall, and he ends up getting off. Pulls himself off, does that flip, beats up a couple, and Brock was like, this is nothing personal, but he beats the shit out of him and throws him to the roof. He falls down. He kind of feels it, and
kind of feels personal.
Steps on the shield and he catches it, and then he, boom, breaks off the thing, and he's trying to get out, and then a crew is coming to get him, but he rolls around and then cuts the wires, and he falls down, but the brake things kind of stop him. And he tries to open the door again, but they're still coming. So he jumps out the fucking window.
Jumps out the window.
He kind of curls himself onto his shield
and just
to
lands
absorb.
Flat on the road. Boom!
Yeah, and he gets up and runs away. They try to stop him. He's on his bike. And
they try to shut down the
ships.
Yes,
but the little spikes come up in the ship. But he flips off of it and throws his shield and destroys one of the things. It's a cool shot of him getting his shield, throwing it, and it bounces off the tube. Yeah. He catches it, and he destroys the other one. And as it's crashing, he does that flip off, and he lands with his shield down like that. That's such a fucking cool shot.
Yeah.
Too. This movie is so good. I like this movie even more.
Right.
But, so, yeah, and then they're telling him that Captain America's a wanted man now. It's like, just like, y'all really think he's doing that?
It's like, stop accusing people, stupid.
But yeah, Agent 13, she's like, if Captain America's a wanted fugitive, we
need to know about it. Yeah, we need to know what.
Because he has information on Nick Fury, he won't spill
he won't say anything, yeah.
And one of the guys goes, if someone tweets about him, I want to know. That's Jasper Sitwell. Yeah. So he goes to find the little device, and it's gone. All the gum is gone too, and that's why it was gum. Because Natasha shows up behind him and blows a bubble.
Yeah.
Or that, yeah, she did it.
Yeah.
And so this is where she tells him she knows who it is.
She knows who killed.
He's like a ghost, but people who know him call him or seen him call him the Winter Soldier. And he to help get rid of, not get rid of, what's the term? Oh, I don't think they say it yet. Hold on. So we're going to get there. So they decide to go to the mall and use a computer to hack into the thing.
Yeah, sort of kind of be off the grid for a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's walking normally. He's walking fast. She's like, part of being undercover is to
walk, not run.
If I run in these shoes, they're going to come off. And they go in the Apple store, and like, how long is this going to take for them to find them? She's like 9 minutes from now. And then they show them going. But she's typing in, trying to find where they're going, what's it for. And then the little dude walks up. He's like, y'all need any help? She's like, yeah, me and my husband are looking for a vacation place. He's like, yeah, we're getting married. I love the way he said it. Like, we're getting married. Yeah, where are you going? New Jersey.
New Jersey. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And he looks at him. I have the same exact glasses. She's like, well, you're practically twins. It's like, I wish. Specimen. If anybody needs me, I've been Aaron.
Specimen. I forgot about that.
Specimen. And so Brock and his team, they're going. They're trying to find him, but they're
going through the whole.
They're going through the mall, and then she's like, put your arm around me and laugh at something I say. And he's like, he does a little look back.
It's like, don't make it so obvious right now. Like,
and then they're going up the escalator, going down, and Brock's going up. She's like, kiss me. It's like, public affection makes people uncomfortable.
He kisses her, yeah.
Yeah, and you see the look on Brock's
face. It's like, are you still uncomfortable?
Like, comfortable's not the word I'll be
comfortable using. Is not the word I'll use.
And they stole someone's truck, and they're heading to New Jersey, and he goes, she asks him if that's his first kiss since 1945.
Since 1945.
Like, that bad, huh? Like, no, I was just wondering.
It's like, you telling me that I need practice?
I'm 95. I'm not dead.
Yeah.
You forget that he's like old,
Yeah, you do. You forget about it, but it's like, you got to remember he was frozen for 70 years.
So they make it to New Jersey because they find out that it's one of their old bases
where he was trained.
Yeah, and they get in. They're making their way. They see pictures on the wall of Peggy and
Howard Stark and
old
Colonel Phillips, yeah.
Which he was one of the best parts of that movie.
He was. I'm not kissing you.
I'm not kissing you. What about a cyanide pill that give you a case of the rumbly tumblies?
Yeah.
And they find a hidden door, and it leads to an elevator, which goes down. So they go down the elevator, and they end up in a big room with a lot of
old computers, yeah.
Shit, old school stuff, but it has one of the newer things in the middle.
For the USB plug-ups, yeah.
Yep. She puts it in, and she's like, why, yes. Shall we play a game? It's from a movie.
I know this.
But she got it wrong. It's like, want to play a game. It's like,
She got it wrong, but at the same time, I knew where she was going with it. Yeah.
But I think it's funny, like references like that. He goes, I know, I saw. Trying to picture Steve Rogers growing up in the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s, and then on ice for 70 years and waking up, and it's like if he's got nothing to do, he watches a movie.
Yeah.
Imagine Steve Rogers
for listening to a record.
Saw. I find stuff like that when they do that in movies. I right? Can you imagine him just trying to sit there and like?
And he's like, "Oh,
yeah." So they put it in there, and the computer starts to talk, telling his names and her name. Natasha Romanoff, born 1984. Steve Rogers, born 1918. 18.
Yeah, 1918. Yeah. And it turns out it was.
Yeah, it's like.
Can't remember.
No, it's the computer's alive. He's like, "Oh, I am very much alive, Fräulein." It's Arnim Zola, the Red Skull's sidekick. I want to say sidekick.
No, his his assistant, but what the hell? What the hell is a henchman or something like that? Yeah.
Well, anyway,
it's one of them damn words.
He said that he got a diagnosis of cancer, and they didn't want his brain to go to waste, so they uploaded his consciousness into the computer.
What was it, 200,000 files or something like that? I can't remember. Something like that, yeah.
And after being captured from World War II, he was recruited by SHIELD, and he helped to secretly reform Hydra within his ranks. So yeah, big twist of the movie, Hydra is SHIELD.
Yep.
Inside, undercover. Which, like I said in our Avengers review, Tony was using his computer to find all of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s dirty little secrets.
Oh.
He didn't see this one, or this one wasn't written in yet, Or it's just one of those things.
Or maybe he just didn't come across all of them.
Maybe they hid it in a certain way, what I mean? But, yeah. I wrote, I guess Tony's hack job in Avengers missed this detail. Yeah, they uploaded his consciousness into the computer, and he said over the decades, Hydra convinced the world to trade freedom for security and use the Winter Soldier to cover their tracks. And then it shows, there's been casualties, and it shows Howard Stark, died in a car crash. Which this little nugget right here sets up something coming up.
Yep.
Yeah. So when he doesn't like what the computer's saying, he punches the screen, and it breaks, and he appears in the other one. He's like, "As I was saying." So you find out that what the Project Insight is an algorithm for something. And they ask for what? He's like, the answer is fascinating, but you won't be alive long enough to find out. So they are sending a
ballistic
missile to destroy the place. And I like how Zola says, we are both out of time.
Yeah.
Man out of time. And it blows it up, but they end up hiding in a little thing. They end up getting out. Because he used this shield to cover them, because Natasha didn't have anything to cover her, so that's what he did with that. And and then Rumlow and his crew, they see footprints, so they're call in the asset. And you see Pierce at his house getting some milk. And when he turns around, you see the Winter Soldier sitting, shadow covering his face. They're trying to keep his face covered, because of the reveal.
Yeah.
But they're using the shadow. But watching something in HD kind of almost clears it up.
Almost clears it up.
But I was thinking, like, why didn't he just wear his mask? He could have at least wore his mask.
He could have wore his mask whenever he was in his house. Yeah.
Yeah. So he offers him some milk.
Yeah.
At that time, his Renata, the housemaid, she leaves. But he's like, if you would have killed him when you had the chance. So that's when you find out that Pierce is the leader of this new group, and he's involved. And then she comes back, his maid, but she sees him talking to her. And he's like, oh, Renata, I wish you would have knocked. And then fucking shot her.
I like the way he did, though, whenever he looked and realized it was her. He's like, God, Renata, I wish you would have knocked. Shoots her.
Yep.
Damn,
son. And then they show, what's his name? I just did this. I don't know why. Sam doing his jog. No one's on his left this time. He gets home, about to drink some juice, and there's a knock on the door, and it's Natasha and Steve are trying to hide because they're trying to kill him. Everyone we know is trying to kill us. He's like, not in here. And they come in, and they're getting cleaned up. And they're trying to figure out, where to start looking. And they were realizing that there has to have been someone else on the ship, but then they realized it was Jasper Sitwell on the ship. And they're like, how are we going to kidnap a member of the board or something in broad daylight?
Yeah.
And it's like, you need help. And then Sam throws the papers on no, how are we going to do it by ourselves? He's like, you don't. And he puts the papers on there, and he shows them with his friend Riley. But then he's like, I thought you were paratroopers. I thought you flew planes. He's like, I didn't say that.
He's like, I thought you were a pilot. And he goes, I never said I was a pilot.
And he handed him another one, and it's like Project Falcon. It's like, oh. So you're like, I wonder what that means. So also, I love this scene too, because it's Joe Sitwell coming out, and it's Senator Stern from Iron Man 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Imagine how annoying a little prick could
That was so funny.
Seeing him again. But it caught me off guard too, because he was like talking about, like, she's killing my back, talking about being with a younger girl.
Right.
Like, I hope it's not an Epstein young girl, Yeah, because she's killing my back. And he's like, that's a nice tie. And he leads in and he goes, Hail Hydra. That's where that memes come from for all the years of people looking like they're whispering in their ear, and that's what they say, Hail Hydra. That's where they got it from. But then they trick Jasper. I call him Anthony. Sam calls him, he's like, I'd hate to mess up that tie. And you need to go around the corner and get into a car. And he's like, and what if I don't? And I love this shot. They're on the roof from the side view. Fucking flies through the door. He threw him through. What were you doing on the Marion Star? I was throwing up. I get seasick. And he's like, what's Zola's algorithm? I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, you better tell me. He holds him over the edge. He goes, Cap, this ain't your style. You ain't going to do this. He's like,
you're right. It's not my style. It's hers.
And he's like, huh? And she kicks him
off that motherfucking roof.
She's like, what about...
how did she say that?
Lila. With the lip piercing. Yeah. No, I don't see that. And then you see him come back up, and it's Sam, and he's got wings. Because the Falcon has wings.
You got the Falcon wings set, yep.
And so he starts spilling the beans immediately.
And that is the first appearance of the Falcon.
Yep.
Right there.
That was cool. I was wondering how they were going to pull it off in the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool how they did that, though.
But yeah, he's like, Zola's algorithm is hold on, I wrote it down. Where is it? Boom, boom, boom. He developed a data mining algorithm that can identify current or future threats to Hydra. The Insight helicarriers would sweep the globe using satellite-directed guns to eliminate these targets. And talking about what targets, and he mentions a TV reporter in Cairo. I don't know if they were trying to plan it that early, but if I'm not mistaken, I was trying to look up and see what it was talking about. It's not 100%, but it could possibly be a future reference to the character Moon Knight. He's like he gets his power from like Egyptian stuff, and he's like he looks like a mummy with a cape and a hood.
Yeah.
There's a TV show on Disney Plus, Moon Knight. It only had one season. It's pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah, he's like TV in Cairo, TV reporter in Cairo. Some person here, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange, anybody who seems a threat. It's like, oh, it's the first mention of Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I caught that the first time.
I thought it was cool.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the algorithm goes into your past and predicts
your future
as a threat, whether you are or not. I guess they can say, or maybe they consider. No, it's
what they consider a threat.
So, yeah, wiping people off the planet a few million at a time. He said, and this part's cool when they're on the interstate driving, and it's like we need to go here, and Jasper's like, what? We can't go there. As he's talking, the Winter Soldier jumps onto the roof, breaks the door where he's sitting,
and throws
him out. And as he's coming, a truck is passing. It's like, oh yeah, he's definitely dead. And
oh yeah, most definitely
trying to shoot him through the roof, and he pulls the steering wheel so they can't.
He pulls the steering wheel off.
Yeah, pulls the fucking off, and then they go. And this scene. I'm gonna try not to say everything. I'm just gonna mention a couple things. They get out of the car. Sam gets rolled off, and Steve and Natasha are on the shield on the door.
Yeah.
And as he gets up, Natasha runs, but the Winter Soldier shoots him with a grenade thing. It hits his shield, but fucking knocks him off the thing. Goes through a bus.
And inside the bus, yeah.
And then the bus wrecks. But yeah, there's a lot of shit that happens right here. I may not talk about all of it, but so the Winter Soldier's trying to shoot him. And then they get behind, but then Natasha jumps off the thing and catches to run under the bridge, but she sees his shadow, and he's not paying attention, and she shoots at his face, but he ducks, and it hit his glasses, so he takes off his glasses so you see his eyes. Still can't tell who it is even by the eyes. And yeah, they're trying to get down to shoot at her and Steve in the bus. The Gatling gunner comes down.
Yeah.
And then Sam kills one of the dudes trying to get down, and he takes a gun and he starts taking out the guys from above. Steve trying to get up, he gets out, gets everybody out, and then he ducks down behind his shield. I love how he uses his shield in the movie too. Yeah. That's what I didn't get to say enough. And it's just fucking shit after shit going on.
Yeah, it just happens.
He takes out the gunner, and then the Winter Soldier jumps down, and then Steve runs at him, and he's trying to hit him with the shield, but then he punches the shield, and it has that there's a bunch of shit going on. They fight, and then it gets to the knife fight.
Yes.
And then Natasha tries to get away from him, and he throws a grenade under a thing, and she leaves a recording of her. It blows up, and then she attacks him, flips him down, so she's trying to run away, and then he shoots her in the shoulder. I thought he shot her for real for a second. I was like, damn, you're going to kill everybody in this movie?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, and then they fight Steve and Winter Soldier. They're fighting. And yeah, the knife trick when he kind of flips it and catches it, or he tries to stab and drops it and catches it. He keeps using. It's really cool. And the shield is stuck in the thing because he threw it at him. And they're beaten and beaten, and then Steve grabs his arm and he breaks it like under. And then he grabs him by the hand and he flips him over, but it pulls off his mask and he rolls to the ground and he turns around. It's Bucky. Bucky is the Winter Soldier.
And he's like, who the hell is Bucky?
Yeah. And he tries to shoot at him. Let me ask you real quick, Corbett. I know we're running kind of long, but did you know who the Winter Soldier was going into this movie?
No, I did not.
When you first saw it.
I did not at all. But like, I had a thought of who it might be by the eyes and stuff like that, but I kind of figured I was wrong. And then whenever it showed the reveal, I was like, holy shit.
Now, I didn't know if they were going to change it up for the movie because sometimes they change things.
Yeah.
I knew it was Bucky because this movie came out in 2014.
Yes.
I moved in with my brother and his friend at a rent house in town.
Right.
1 year for my birthday, I think it was 2011 or 2012. They pitched in and they like to get me something for my birthday. I never got them for anything because they never wanted anything, but they knew that I liked presents,
right,
and shit. So they got me stuff. 1 year they got me a Marvel and DC encyclopedia of like characters and events. They were both last printed in 2008 because they weren't updated.
Right.
But I learned who the Winter Soldier was because reading through, like, I was flipping through and I was going to Wolverine.
Okay.
W-O. But I was W-I. It was first. And I flipped and it's like
you saw
a half page dedicated to Winter Soldier. And I thought he looked neat because he had, like, goggles, long black hair, like a suit, like tactical suit, and a metal arm with a red star on it.
Yeah.
Caught my eye. I was like, this is cool. And, reading about it, like, his real name is Bucky Barnes, and then I didn't know who Bucky was. And then you find out, he's friends with Steve.
Steve Rogers, yep.
So I didn't know about the Winter Soldier in the first Captain America movie. I learned it before the second one. Between those two movies. So I already knew who it was.
Right.
It didn't surprise me, but it's fine, because you can't help, certain things happen. It was a couple of years before I even saw the movie, so
right.
And he's basically the same character like from the comics, but the only thing is that the Winter Soldier could take his arm off and hit people with it.
Okay.
It comes back.
Okay.
Now I don't know if you've seen in like the other stuff with him. His arm has come off like a couple times.
Yes.
A couple times ripped off, like broken, but a couple times it comes off.
Right.
He could take it off and it comes back. Kind of like Captain Shield.
Kind of like a shield or like Thor's hammer, shit like that, yeah.
But they didn't do that in this movie, which is fine. No big deal, So, yeah, he says, who the hell's Bucky? He's trying to shoot him. Sam comes in, kicks him, but then he ends up getting away, and then Brock and his crew come. They get them.
And arrest them, yep.
Yeah, the helicopter's up there. The guy has a gun pointed at his head. He's like, not here. He's like, not here. So, yeah, they get arrested, and he just can't believe that it's Bucky, And they're trapped in the thing. He's like, whenever I had nobody, I had Bucky. And he's like, man, that ain't your friend no more. And Natasha's bleeding out. And they're like, hey, can you help? And then the guard pulls out a thing. You think it's going to hit him, but it shocks the other guy next to him. And you find out that it's Maria Hill in that suit. It's like, the thing's squeezing my brain. Like, who the hell's this guy?
Who the hell is this guy?
And, they park. And he's like, dig 3 holes. Like, they're going to really kill him in there. Just dig them back there. Like, what dirt are you going to dig?
Right.
You got shovels. That's all cement. That's alleys. Like, how are you going to do that? Anyway, yeah, so they get out the same method that Fury got out. Where are we? Yeah, so they also in that scene too, because you know that Steve saved Bucky in the first Captain America.
Yes.
And he was already being
from that prison camp,
on. So they probably already did something to him, and he survived that. But after that, they gave him the arm, and they did experiments on him.
Right.
But so yeah, they said that you'll bring her here because they're going into this little cave, not a cave, like underground thing, and the doctor's like, bring her here. It's like first they would want to see her. I mean, she wanted to see him. And you're like, who the fuck is he talking about? And they go and they see a bed, and then you look and it's Fury. He's alive. About damn time. So they slowed down his heart rate so he can pretend to be dead. You can't kill a dead guy.
Like, damn it, you kind of like Loki. You don't die.
Yeah. But yeah. They make a plan to stop the before that, the Winter Soldier's back at his little spot. They're trying to help him to fix his arm.
Yes.
And Pierce comes in, and he's also too. I don't know if you noticed this. He had his shirt off. I guess they could just show his muscles and his abs, but his arm is like metal. Also, like right here on the top of his pec, like his shoulder. If you notice, like he's got like the scars that come off.
Yes.
I thought those were just scars from, the cuts from surgery.
But what I'm not understanding is if you remember whenever it showed the clip of him falling off of the train, just like right here was missing.
Yeah, they wanted to do the whole thing, the whole arm. But
so it's like, what did they do? Did they cut off the rest of his arm?
And they left this in here. I thought it was a neat and also a scary, sad little thing. But they had like the scars, like coming off of where the metal was right here. It's not scars from surgery. It's scars from Bucky scratching his arm to get it off.
Yeah.
Which they look like scratches on there too.
It looks like his own like.
Yeah, so he just couldn't get it off. It's just that's a little sad detail right there.
A little bit, yeah.
So he tries to get information, Pierce, but he slaps him. Slaps
the piss out of him.
Yeah, he's like, the man on the bridge. I knew him. He's like, you met him at a mission earlier. He's like, but I knew him. He's not listening, so he wants to freeze him again. And he's like, he's been out for too long. We'll erase his memory and do it again.
Yep.
And I find it sad too. They put him in the thing, and like they had to put the thing in his mouth.
But it's like he knew. Well, it's like it was already done to him before because he just laid there.
Yeah, and he just put the thing. Didn't fight.
He didn't fight it. He didn't fight it at all. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. And then they put that thing on his face
and they screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a little sad. Yeah.
So then we cut back to Fury and them, and he's talking about all of his injuries and shit. Like, and then the doctor goes, "Don't forget collapsed lung." Yeah. Let's not forget that. Real quick, that doctor that tells him about his collapsed lung.
Yeah.
That's Joe Russo, one of the directors.
Okay.
In fact, in all of, if I'm not mistaken, all of the Avenger movies
that they were involved in,
he has a small role.
He has a small.
He's got one in Civil War, in Endgame, and I think Infinity War, but I'd have to pay attention.
Right.
But anyway, so now they're trying to figure out a plan. So what they're going to have to do is get into all three of those helicarriers and replace the chip.
Yes.
With something.
So that way it'll you know what happens. Yeah.
And Steve just he don't know. He's still
conflicted. Yeah.
He's like, because he said he wants to do it right. Fury says he wants to do it right. He's like, no, if we do this, that's the end. He's trying to salvage it. It's like, no, if we do this, we're not saving this. It's going down. Then they have him thinking of a clip of after his dad's funeral,
and that's when
he's next to mom, and Bucky wants Steve to stay with him. He's like, I could do this on my own. He's like, man, you don't have to.
Like, you don't have to do it.
It's like, I don't know why Steve even wants to be alone. Like, I understand that his parents are gone, but at the same time, your best friend's like offering you help.
Well, at the same time, he was just used to being alone, so he might as well just stay like that. So yeah.
But yeah. So I love how they set it up. Like, all right, we got this plan. We're gonna do this, and then Fury looks at Sam. He's like, "Don't look at me. I do what he does.
I do what he does." Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, so we get to the Triskelion, and the World Security Council members, they all show up, and they put that little thing on them, and then they're going to celebrate because they're about to launch the Insight.
Yeah.
But before that, he's like, "I need a suit." He's like, "I can't go back to the old suit, like for Shield, because that's it.
Yeah.
I want my old suit." And his suit's in the Smithsonian.
Yep.
And it's Stan Lee as the
guard,
security guard.
So, oh shit, I'm gonna get fired.
No, he goes, "Oh man, I am so fired."
I am so fired. Yeah.
And they show him in the old suit from Captain America, the first Avenger, which I thought was cool.
I love that moment.
And they break into that little office, and before he makes that speech, that guard that stands up and he puts his arms up and he goes in there.
Yeah,
that's I wrote his name down. Danny Pudi, I think Pudi. He played Abed in Community.
Okay, yeah.
With Donald Glover,
I know,
the friends. Yeah, he was in there.
I remember now
because the Russo brothers, did this. They get little side characters in there. But Steve makes the little speech. And while he's making the speech, people, some people are getting killed because they're about to start it, and then they want to start the thing, but Rumlow tells the dude to turn it on, but he don't want to do it.
Yep.
So he's about to shoot him, but
Agent 13
tries to shoot him.
And all out shit breaks out right there.
Yeah, whenever he makes the speech, though, Sam goes, "That was a good speech. Did you memorize that? Or was that off the top of your head?"
Or was that off the top of your head? Yeah.
So Maria's going to be in there, and they're trying to get in the ship. Yeah. So we're towards the end. So chaos.
Oh yeah.
People are getting killed.
Yeah. Everything's going.
He's like, "How do you know the good guys from the bad guys? If they're shooting at you, they're bad."
Hey Cap, I think I found the bad guy.
But yeah, so everything's going on, and he already put it out there that Pierce is the bad guy.
Yes.
So the council's like, "Yeah, no, man, you're
yeah."
So he and the lady, the Jenny Gutter, beats the shit out of a couple of the guards, and then you find out it's
Natasha. Yeah,
disguises her. So, "I'm sorry, did I step on your moment?" And she's about to put out all the information, and even her stuff.
Yeah,
he's like, "Are you ready for everyone to see who you
are, who you really are?" Yeah.
And she's like, "Are you?"
Yeah.
But, the guys, the Security Council, they have the guns pointed on them, and then, like I said, it's not in order, but I'm trying to go through the most important things. But Pierce presses a button on his phone, and it shocks them, burns a hole in their heart, and kills them. But I find it funny how he did those two at the same time, but not her. If he would have done all three, she would have been dead.
She'd have been dead, yeah.
I just find that luck or plot armor.
Yeah, that was,
But, before that, too, he was waiting on, it needed someone's eye scan. And it's Fury. He comes in.
Fury comes walking in, yeah.
And they're like,
Robert Redford's face was like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, and so he uses his bad eye to do it. This is the first time you get to see his eye. So Sam plants one in one ship. Steve gets in another one.
Yep.
And as this is going on, the Winter Soldier's taking out people too. Like someone throws a grenade, it rolls on, and he grabs it and throws it into the ship as it blows it up. And then he kicks one dude into the fans and destroys them.
Like, damn.
But, and as this is going on, people are trying to get into the office where Maria is, and she gets up, pow, pow, and then sits back down. Didn't even try. And they're heading. Sam's heading towards the third one, but the Winter Soldier catches him and pulls his
smashes his wing off.
Yeah, pulls the wing off, so he's falling and
he can't.
Pulls that parachute cord pretty late.
Pulled the. Yeah, no shit.
I thought he would have broken his legs hitting the ground. He's like, I'm grounded.
Damn.
So he gets into that building, but at that same time, Rumlow's catching some people in there, killing them, but he gets into the office and Sam gets him, and he's about to fight him, and he's like, man, shut the hell up. Yeah. And then they start fighting. That shot where they're both about to punch, but
that was awesome. That was cool. That was a cool scene.
But yeah, so Steve, he ends up getting in there. And he's trying to make it there, but then Bucky's waiting on him. And he's like, you don't have to do this. So he's like, I have to. You're my mission. They get into the fight, and it's a pretty cool fight with them. Trying to put that one thing in there, but it keeps getting knocked down.
Yeah.
I wonder how fucking the thing keeps falling and hitting the ground. I don't know how strong it is.
Well, I remember
what if you would have put it in like, fuck, it's broke.
I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, just hold on to the damn thing. Stop dropping it.
Put it in your pocket.
Put it in your pocket or... Ugh.
Yeah, the council dies, and Fury sees that, and he's about to escort her out, and she shocks herself, and it deactivates the thing real quick, and it comes back on before he realizes that Fury shoots him and kills him, and is like, Hail Hydra, and Pierce is gone. So they're fighting. Steve ends up breaking Bucky's arm, and as he's getting up the thing, he gets shot in the leg, and as he gets up about to put the thing in, he fucking shoots him in the gut, and he turns around, but and also too, the shot where the project it's already up, and going, so it's programming to shoot the people. It zooms in on someone, and then it pans out the list, but one of them, if you notice, was Tony Stark.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, I saw that. He's one of them, and it's like counting down to about to hit the button. But Steve, even though he's hurt, he finally replaces it in there. Yeah, and then it goes from like however many was calculated to 3, which each ship targeted each other.
Yep,
and it shot at each other, took it out, and the ship is going through the building.
And
Rumlow tries to run, but it looks like it kills him. Steve
Sam
trying to go. He's like, what floor are you on? He's like,
41st. 41st, yeah.
And then he's like, all right, we'll get you. And then he jumps out the window, but the helicopter's down there, and it turns
like, way the fuck down there, too. He goes, I said 41st. 41st floor. It's not like the numbers on the outside of the building.
And so this finally happens. The ship's about to go. The planes are about to go down, but he sees Bucky pinned down, so he goes to help him, and he gets
lifts
him out,
that shit up.
And then he starts beating the shit out of Steve. And he's
I refuse to fight you.
And he throws his shield down into the water. It's like, I wonder did he go down there and get that after all that? Right. I don't know. Where did it come from? Anyway, yeah, because he's like, Bucky grabs him and he starts to punch him in the face.
He punched him over and over and over again. Like, damn.
He's like, you're my mission. He's like, good, then finish your mission because I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.
And he just stops.
But Steve falls into the water. And he ends up he falls, that slow music when he falls in, and
and it's going slow and he's sinking.
Everyone's escaping, and then Bucky is shown pulling Steve out of the water, and then just leaves him and walks off.
Yep.
He's in the hospital, Steve recovering,
and Sam
wakes up. Sam's sitting next to him, and he's like, "On your left."
And he's playing Marvin Gaye.
That same song that he was talking about, huh? Yeah. So we get a montage of Senator Stern getting arrested. Natasha is at the
court, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you let out everything, with all the stuff that you've done, you're going to be put in jail. She's like, I'm not going to go to jail. You know why?
Because you need us.
and Fury's burning his stuff.
Yep, burn all of his stuff, and he ends up meeting Steve and Sam at the graveyard.
Yeah, they're at the graveyard, and it's his tombstone. You saw that what it said.
And he's like, if it said Colonel. How did it say that? Colonel Nicholas Fury. And I forgot what it said else.
It was it included the passage of Ezekiel 25:7.
Yes.
Path of the Righteous Man.
Path of the Righteous Man, yep.
Which is a reference to Jules Winterfield from the film Pulp Fiction that Samuel L. Jackson played.
Yep.
And he's like, if you know where to he's like, if anybody's looking for me, you know where to find me.
You know where to find me.
And then Natasha brings him some paperwork, and it's for the Winter Soldier. And he's like, you know.
He's like, you're going to go after him, huh? You don't have to come with me if you don't want to.
When do we
start?
And then, boom, roll credits. But then we get the mid-credits scene, which is pretty important coming up. We got Baron Wolfgang von Strucker and his scientists are at a Hydra lab, dismiss the actions of Rogers and Romanoff as they're talking about, like, you know, what are we going to do, you know, S.H.I.E.L.D., you know, S.H.I.E.L.D., Hydra.
Yeah.
Same.
They're the same, yeah.
Same side of a currency that's no longer active or something. And then it shows them they're working on an experiment. They have the staff from the Avengers. And it's like, what are we going to do with the test subjects? And he's like, the ones that are dead will be buried so deep their own ghosts won't find them. And he's like, what about the survivors? And he looks up. He says, the twins. And it cuts, turns around. You get Aaron Taylor Johnson as Pietro Maximoff, Quicksilver.
And then you
got Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
But she's not called the Scarlet Witch until way later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, this is the age of miracles, and it's way more terrifying. And because they're both displaying their power.
Yeah.
Aaron's running around.
Like, you're really stupid fast, yeah.
And then it cuts to Wanda, and she's moving the stuff, and
the blocks and stuff, and she breaks them, all the shit.
Then we get a post-credit scene where Bucky's just looking himself up at the museum.
Yep.
And that's Captain America: The Winter Soldier,
2014.
14.
Yep,
yes.
14.
This movie is awesome.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I've been hearing people
so much
recently saying that this movie has like been overglazed. You know, like people are glazing it too much. Like,
right.
Dude, I don't know. Every time I watch this movie, I have a good time.
Yeah, I always had a good time watching it.
It's like it's a political thriller masked with superhero stuff.
Yes.
You know? Everyone does great. The introduction to Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie is great.
Anthony Mackie I've always liked Anthony Mackie. The first time I ever saw Anthony Mackie was in 8 Mile.
I'm trying to remember what I first saw him in. But
that was the first time I seen him.
I'd have never seen 8 Mile. I may look up and see what he was in.
Yeah, he did very well.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson as always, and like we said, Robert Redford, rest in peace. He did
very well in that movie.
He was menacing.
He was a good bad guy.
And the introduction of the Winter Soldier was great too. So, all right, let's rate this thing. Corby, you want to start this one?
All right. I enjoyed it very much. It's always every time, like you said, every time I watch it, it's a fun watch. So I think I'm gonna give it a 8.
You give it an 8?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
I have absolutely no issues with this movie. If I've already said it before, I don't know.
Right.
Corbin, I think I'm gonna go a little higher than you.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna give it a 9.
Very good rating. Yep.
And I'm not dissing you
because I gave the first one a 9.
The first one?
Yeah, I gave the first one a 9.
I don't remember what
First
I gave
Avenger.
it. I have to check that out.
But like I said, this was still a very good movie, which is why I was going to give it a pretty good rating.
This movie is awesome.
Yeah.
Like people talk about they're overglazing it. Like I don't think so.
I don't think it was either. Like
everything works. There's nothing in the movie that I would change.
Right.
And this movie changed the course of the MCU forever.
It really did.
And they've had a few that come after, that changed.
They kind of did a little bit more to it. Yeah.
Boom. Like, you think S.H.I.E.L.D. is good, but they got the bad in there.
Exactly.
Too. So, I'll give it a 9.
An 8.
Give it an 8.
And if if any of you have never seen this movie, I suggest you watch it.
I highly
suggest you watch it.
All right, everyone. So that's it for us. This one went on kind of long, but I don't care because I actually really enjoy talking about this movie.
Right.
So yeah, like, share, and subscribe. And
we'll see you next time.
We will see you on the next one, which is Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love those movies. I
can't wait to talk about that.
All right. Peace.